The Golden State Warriors are ready to unleash their secret weapon, Jonathan Kuminga. Now, as you all know, Kuminga was rumored to be traded this offseason, but it does seem that the Warriors are going to give him one more season to see what he can pull off. Kuminga recently dropped 60 points in a Pro-Am game, and in today's video, we're going to be going through 3 things that Jonathan Kuminga has improved on this offseason, and how he's going to help the Golden State Warriors win another NBA championship. So make sure to like this video, and guys, 92% of you are still not subscribed to the channel, so it means the world if you can subscribe to the channel, hit that red button down below. The first is that Jonathan Kuminga has become a great 3-point shooter and a better wing player. Now this goes hand in hand because, as you all know, Jonathan Kuminga stands at 6'8", 210 pounds, and the Golden State Warriors do like to play him actually at the power forward position. However, I do believe, and a lot of NBA fans do believe, that Jonathan Kuminga should actually be a small forward, and that is his true position. I think having Jonathan Kuminga at 6'8" playing a small forward position would honestly be a matchup nightmare for any other team, but he definitely plays a lot more like Andrew Wiggins, and Andrew Wiggins is more naturally a small forward as well. Now when it comes to Kuminga last season, especially when it came to the 3-point line, he actually had a pretty good 3-point percentage at 37%. However, he was only taking 2 3-point attempts per game, but I still do believe those are some great 3-point percentage numbers, and had an effective field goal percentage of 58%. I do believe this upcoming season, Jonathan Kuminga will have a lot more volume, especially from the 3-ball, if he's actually moved to that small forward position, which would actually see him out more on the wing rather than an inside scorer. Now I think what was really held Golden State Warriors from actually playing him in that SF position was due to the fact that he isn't too much of a 3-point shooter, but he showed last season, and he showed it in that most recent Pro-Am game in crossover, that he is able to score in all facets. He was shooting deep threes, also, step back threes, all of that nature, and I think Kuminga has definitely improved this offseason when it comes to shooting in general. He definitely feels a lot more comfortable, and he shoots a lot more like Wiggins. He has become more of a spot-up shooter than anything, but that is definitely more than enough to create space for other players and also create space for him to be able to go to the ring. So obviously Jonathan Kuminga is an athletic freak, and inside is definitely where he dominates the most, but having that 3-point shot available to him only opens up the floor, not only just for him, but also for his teammates as well, especially for this next upcoming season. Like we mentioned before, Chris Paul was traded to the Golden State Warriors, and I think Chris Paul will be able to find Kuminga on the wing when he's open for that 3-ball pretty easily. The second is that Jonathan Kuminga has improved his ball handling and has been able to become more of a shot creator. And I think this is something that is so important, especially in the NBA, but being able to create your own shot with a couple of dribbles and also off pick and roll situations honestly makes you a very good scorer, especially when it comes to playing with a fast-paced team like the Warriors. Now when it comes to what the Warriors are building, I think Jonathan Kuminga being able to score off the dribble is super important, and he definitely showed that in that most recent Pro-Am game. We definitely saw him have such a great handle around the ball, especially coming off pick and roll situations. He was able to split the defense very easily, and this is something that is definitely needed to his game. Jonathan Kuminga was definitely a role player when it came to coming into the league, but you do have to remember, guys, he is still only 20 years of age, so still a very young player. He's only really been used to playing inside, especially when it comes to playing for the Warriors, but now during this offseason you can definitely see he's improved his ball handling and is able to get to the ring or be able to find his shot really easily. Now this is going to play a huge asset because it now adds another ball handler in the team that can really run a pick and roll situation. Having Jonathan Kuminga being able to run a pick and roll at 6'8", you match him with the center at the time, which will probably be Dario Saric. Now you got a 6'8" and also nearly a 7-footer running a pick and roll, and that is pretty much a mismatch nightmare for everyone. So I think him being able to develop this has honestly just helped his game that much more. It's been making him much a better scorer, and as you all know, when it comes to defense, Jonathan Kuminga is already a great defender, and I think offense is definitely where they focus on him improving at, and we're definitely starting to see the dividends, especially in that most Pro-Am game. You got to see his handle in all facets, whether it was scoring a mid-range or being able to get to the hole, but either way, he was able to really do a lot of damage out there, which is one of the reasons why he was able to score 60 points so easily. But it will actually help him move into that small forward position more naturally and be able to play that position much more better and more effectively for his game as well. The third is that Kuminga has become more of an athletic freak. Now I didn't think this was even possible, but Jonathan Kuminga is probably one of the most athletic players in the Warriors team, but it does seem from the most recent footage that he's even got much more athletic. When we look at him, he has great speed, which he's always had. His vertical is definitely definitely there being able to jump at the gym, but where I see the biggest improvement is definitely in his strength. And I think this is something that is super important, but strength is so important in the NBA, guys. I don't think you realize just how hard it is to go up against 7-footers or even big guys in the NBA such as LeBron James. When it comes to Kuminga, being able to post up, having that strength around the ring and also in post up situations honestly makes him a much better player, and it also helps out on defense as well. We've seen the same happen to Steph and Curry, and I do believe maybe Steph had some influence on it, but Steph had said that his most recent improvement that he has been making over the last couple of seasons is to improve his strength, and it's helped him tremendously. And we definitely seen Steph Curry be a defender as of lately, and I do believe Jonathan Kuminga is in the same boat. Not only is he a better defender, but he has better offensive games because of his strength and also the other athletic abilities.